Hello everybody, my name is Io and welcome to Rome Total War Barbarian Invasions. This is episode 4 of my Franks campaign. Last episode we made some pretty big gains, I would say. We took Alas and we took whatever settlement was by Vichy's Frankie there. We're looking to take Massilia this episode and also hit the Netherlands up, trying to bully the Western Roman Empire just a little bit more before we start focusing on things such as the Berbers and, maybe pushing against the Lombardy in the future. I'm kind of looking towards Spain and also Britannia, so we'll see. So this is very interesting right here. The Vandals have actually settled down. So they've actually they're not a horde faction anymore. They're not nomadic. They've actually settled down in a certain settlement. And I'm guessing this is a settlement down in Italy or something like that, because they've been kind of hitting them up for a little while. So I sent my spy to kind of spy on northern Italy, see if they have any armies around or if they settled anywhere close. Another problem arises though. The Celts are here. Yes, I remember back in episode 1, I think I said something about when you hit northern France up, the Celts like to come and with full stack army that likes to fuck you over. If I didn't mention that, then I'm mentioning it now because they just did that. They had a boatload of people just come from Scotland and Ireland and just came to screw me over. And that's why I say that the AI is pretty biased against the player, because they don't even go to conquer Britannia first. They went immediately for France, and right when I settled there. So that's just great. So I'm obviously not prepared for this type of invasion. I have a bunch of injured and weak units in that northern settlement there, and I only have a mini army that's hanging around. Besides that, I try to regroup as much forces as possible to see if I can defend that settlement there. Another thing that happens is I go to take Massilia, so I built a fort to prevent any Roman or any horde invasions from coming from the Alps and accessing me as easily as, well, if I didn't have a fort, basically. Anyways, it seems like they're just about to starve me out here because the AI likes to do this when they have a huge advantage, because you lose a lot of units when you try to attack a settlement, and especially with the walls I have. And I just had a major fucking stutter there. I thought I almost had a stroke. I'm sorry about that. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's hot, alright. I'm fucking sweating my balls off, and I just got my computer, so I'm really happy. Anyways, so I took Massilia just as easy as I did before. I exterminate the population to earn some extra gold, and really nothing much to say there. I use that money to repair the place, recruit, retrain some units, doing all that type of jazz. I skip to the next turn. The Western Roman Empire kind of presses its forces against that mini fort there by the looks of it, or they go to strike it anyways. Besides that, I think I'm starting to earn positive in the positive instead of the negative, because my income was based on raiding, like sacking places and stealing their money and shit. But now I'm actually starting to earn my own money because of the settlements. I'm starting to actually build up my economy a little more, the more settlements I take anyways. And my empire is becoming pretty big now. The settlements in this game specifically are very spread out, so I'm gonna have to go into Spain and Britannia, like I said, later on, so I could actually build up my empire and civilization. But yeah, all these settlements are kind of far away from each other. They're not like Rome Total War at all. They don't use the same map design or anything like that. Besides that, I go to face that one little mini Western Roman army they used to peek out against me, and so I hire some mercs. The Celts strike on this turn, and I was surprised because I wasn't ready for it. I thought I had more time to build up an army and try to smash them on the ground. But I think this kind of works more or less into my favor. Though I am hugely, and I mean fucking hugely outnumbered, I still have a great chance of killing quite a few of them. And if I'm able to take down their siege tower and their battering ram, then they can't, well, I guess they have the ladders, so yeah, no matter what, they're going to get units up. But if I was able to take out the siege tower and the battering ram, then they're only going to be able to get up the ladders. And that's good for me because less invasion points, right? So I check my surroundings, seeing if there's any more, if they decide to spread out their units and shit. They don't. They go for a bit of a frontal assault here. The siege tower diverts to the side there, I think to avoid my my towers from fire and flaming shots at them. And I decide, because they're trying to do this, they're trying to also avoid my archers, and I put my archers on flame arrows so I'm able to burn their siege equipment and shit. They first fire at the ladders, and I want them to aim for the siege towers, but the siege tower is still not in range of my archers yet, so I just get them to hold fire for a little bit. And yeah, besides that, the battering ram is not really much of a threat. It usually gets burnt straight away from not even my archers, but by the towers itself. So, like I said, battering rams, they are pretty useless within this game if you have towers that are able to burn them. I recommend going with siege towers or ladders at that point, because yeah, battering rams are just not as useful as they are when it comes to little walls, but we got big stone walls. We're able to defend ourselves a little better, I would think. They're almost at the wall at this point. I'm trying to get my archers to fire at them. I don't know if they miss or what's going on here, but it doesn't even seem like they're even hidden. I think they're kind of hitting the units, or they're just flat out fucking missing the flame arrows. So I actually don't ignite this fucking siege tower, meaning they're able to send units up quite heavily. And at this point in time, they also send the ladders up, and I just don't have the infantry to deal with it. The only thing I have is spearmen, and they're able to hold them off for a little bit, but archers can't hold themselves up through melee combat. And I only have, I think, about 9 or 6 halberds there, and they're just useless. Like I said, I just sent those people there for public order purposes. They're not actually meant for a real fucking fight. But by this time, my archers do quite a good job of killing a few of them. Hunters are they're like, I think, one of the best archers that you can get as the Franks anyways, so yeah, that's all great and stuff. Anyways, yeah, like I said, I don't know, the gallows swordsmen, I think they're called, they end up ambushing me here on the walls. They end up screwing my spearmen over and also my archers over. At this point in time, I know we're gonna lose, so I send my general and cavalry back to the center. Yeah, it's basically just a slaughter at this point. They end up just taking my archers and my spearmen out. Everybody else routes, and we head back to the center. I skip it right here because at this point I know that, it's just going to be them running around the wall like fucking idiots. And what they do is they actually send their general up front. Now, if I'm able to kill this general, that'll help me. I know I'm not going to win this fight, but if I'm able to assassinate their general, then that's the best thing for me. Their general routes, and because I have that infinite morale boost, because of the center, I know I'm not going to rout, but at that point my general ends up falling and the enemy wins, and we lose our first settlement in my whole entire series. Quite disappointing, actually. Alright, so the Celts end up taking that settlement relatively easily. I think they took around 50 casualties though, 50% of them, because of the walls. I left that part out because how long it was, but the walls just kept berating them with arrows and all that shit, so they took the damage anyways. I didn't end up killing their general, I ended up damaging him a bit, but yeah, we definitely fought hard for that city, and no one can argue at that point. Anyway, so I'm a little frustrated at that, but it was inevitable. I can't beat myself over up. Who expects a fucking huge Celtic invasion, right? So I decided to bully the Western Roman Empire because, any great bully fucking takes their problems out on the weaker faction, am I right, guys? So they end up sending up on a bit of a hill here, so I send my infantry up and my cavalry to ambush them. I do the normal fucking strategy I do. My infantry will take the brunt while my cavalry will do a charge in and hopefully rout the whole unit there. I decided to move my cavalry all the way down to the road there, seeing if I could get behind and get their archers. I end up getting so distracted that I send them through the bushes, and because the bushes and trees act as camouflage within this game, those Limitardi assholes come out of fucking nowhere and catch my cavalry off guard. I don't have 1, I don't have 2, but I have 3 fucking horsemen rout at the same time. I know, my men don't have the best morale, but holy fuck, that was stupid. So I just decided to send all my cavalry back to go for another initial charge. Hopefully, to avoid those Limitardis and shit. I know that's not their name, Limitati or something stupid. I think I mentioned this in episode 3. I just don't remember the fucking proper pronunciation of the units. There we go, I actually said that right. Anyways, it seems like they sent up their Kama Tenseis and their Limitarity there. I don't know if they have a general, I completely forgot, but basically he went off to probably chase a few units. I don't know if their archers have survived. I think their archers routed when I initially hit them. Actually, no, they end up rallying back so they could try to get some cheeky shots, but that was their worst mistake because that Limitarity really saved them against my cavalry. And so I just surround them and ambush them in general. And it's quite annoying actually because that one unit does run away and it causes my cavalry to waste time. But I also realized something at this moment in time. I'm like, okay, I know I'm not going to be able to chase that down, but I'm also right behind the main army there, and if I'm able to strike from the back, I'm able to cause a mass rout, causing basically their whole infantry unit to fall. This was kind of lucky, and this could have actually turned out extremely fucking bad for me if it went any other way. I end up just cutting this part out because you know how it is. It's just going to be a mass slaughter. Not really fun to watch. But yeah, generally really great fight. A lot more challenging than I thought it was. It actually seemed like the AI used some strategy. It was kind of AI bullshit anyways because I didn't even see their fucking units because camouflage works for the AI a lot more than the player. That's why forest battles for the player is absolutely abysmal and I don't recommend it. Anyways, besides that, we gained a settlement, we lost a settlement, and really, that's all I have to say for this episode. We're definitely going to have to strike against the Celts once again and take that settlement right back off those Celtic assholes anyways. Besides that, guys, that's really it for the episode. Quick update, I am now working again, so take that as you will. It's probably going to mean uploads are definitely a lot slower than they used to be, and I'm sorry for that. I really don't know what to say. Besides, I was doing really good on the uploads. Now work is starting back up, so uploads are going to be definitely a lot more slower than they used to be. Besides that, that's the only update I will give at this moment in time. Anyways, guys, I hope you liked the video. You know, like, subscribe, do all that shit YouTubers tell you to do, and I'll catch you all later.